Hey, MacDowin here. Today we are taking a look at Cuddle Team Leader from Good Smile Company. This figure was released last fall of 2020 and is number 1249 of their Nendoroid, if I said that right, action figure line. If we flip the box around, we can see, and we'll make a lot of noise, there is no cross-sell, and there's just a lot of Japanese words back here, but there's a few images of the figure itself. And, well, you know, it's about time we get this thing open. I did already open the box to confirm that this is not a fake figure, because apparently that is a thing with these figures. Anyway, let's officially get this figure out of the box and take a look at it. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and please subscribe so you'll be notified of future videos. If you want to help the channel out and you play Fortnite, please feel free to add my creator code to your Epic account. It's MacDowin. I got it this far out of the box, I decided instead of just pulling it all, I'd show you this portion of it real quick. It's got a front piece of plastic, it's kind of tight, and you can pop this thing off like that. And if you're not careful like me, things will start falling out. It is covered in a piece of plastic. I mean, this is a really nice looking wrap job here that they do. A little piece of plastic and you can pop this figure out just like that. It's not held in there by any other means except for the plastic and the mold. I'm gonna set this off to the side. I'll set this here. And we got on the inside the figure, there we go, the figure stand. And we've got some hands here. They haven't fallen out because there's a big piece of tape, and they're going every which way. So that's cool. I'm gonna rearrange all this stuff and we'll be right back. Now that we got this figure fully out of the box, the absolute first thing I want to say and stress upon you is that this is not a toy. Absolutely not a toy. It is a figure that you pose and you put on a shelf, and it just has articulation simply so you can pose it around and put it in different positions, but not so that you can actively, constantly move the arms and elbows and legs and head all over the place. This is absolutely not a toy. So, jumping into it, Cuddle Team Leader is a legendary skin and is part of the Royale Heart set. Released in Chapter 1, Season 2, this skin can be obtained from the in-game item shop for 2,000 V-Bucks when available. Comes with a lot of accessories here that we will look at each individually, and then the figure itself. She comes with the Rainbow Smash harvesting tool. It looks really nice. The colors, the paint apps, everything is just really beautiful on this thing. It's kind of interesting. The McFarlane Cuddle Team Leader also came with a Rainbow Smash harvesting tool. I wonder why that is. It's not, you know, this goes with Bright Bomber. But anyway, it is a very cool looking harvesting tool. I hope this is in focus, but pre-installed on her back was the Cuddle Bow back bling. And these have rectangular pegs, if you can see that, not round holes like most figures you're used to. But anyway, it can go on the back, and it's pretty much meant to stay there. The figure comes with a beach umbrella, and this just looks cool. I love the colors on here. We'll flip this around. It has kind of a 2/3 of a round peg and a 2/3 of a round hole. Fits just right in there a specific way, so you can't get it wrong. And then the figure can, well, hold the beach umbrella and look like she's gliding down from the bus to the island. It's very cool. I like this umbrella a lot. It's very nicely done. The action figure comes with this figure stand. This base just hooks into one of these holes, whichever hole, as far as I can tell, that you want it to. There is some epic copyright information, so you may actually want that to the back, and so you probably want to plug it in this way. It has several points of articulation and movement. This will plug into a hole on her back, so you can have her do whatever pose you want. There was this piece here, and I'm not exactly sure what this piece is for. It's kind of a skin color, and actually, now that I'm looking at it, there's a smiley face. Maybe this is just some little piece that comes from the Good Smile Company. I don't know. I'm going to have to look this one up. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's a cool little figure stand for a small figure like this. Besides the 2 hands that come on the figure, there are 5 additional hands in the package. This one is kind of an open, see, so you can put the umbrella or the harvesting tool in the hand. This one is a connected finger and thumb hand, but there is a hole on top for something to, go in there. A pair of open fingered hands are also included. You can't hold anything in these hands. These things are so tiny. I wish I had something that would accurately convey the size. I mean, here's my knife next to it. I mean, these are really tiny. My finger they're smaller than my finger. And the final hand that the figure comes with is a closed grip around a hand cannon weapon. You cannot separate the hand cannon from the hand, so they're one and the same. This figure has more than 16 points of articulation and stands at exactly just about 4 inches tall with that little fluff of fur on top of the helmet. If you put a Jazzwares Fortnite figure next to that one, you can kind of see where that stands. This figure is, well, apparently these figures are a little over 4 inches tall, and I didn't realize that before. But anyway, that's about a good height comparison for these figures. So when I said earlier that these are absolutely not toys, this is what I meant. When you go to rotate the arm and you rotate it too much, pieces come off. It's very customizable. All the pieces come apart. The shoulder's a piece, the forearm is a piece, the wrist or the hand is a piece, the head is a piece. These all pieces can be removed and taken apart. They're just little pegs together, which some of you might say, oh, that's horrible. I don't think so. I think this is pretty neat. I mean, you get it in the pose and the position you want, and you leave it. We'll flip the figure around, and back here you can see where the bow goes. The bow, the back bling, would go right in that spot, right there. Below is the little hole that I mentioned for this figure stand. It will plug right into there, and this is not, it's kind of weird, but that's how you will get the figure to, pose on this. The figure does have holes on the bottom of the feet, so maybe there's some way of getting the figure to, maybe there's some way, something in another figure or an accessory update or something that allows you to peg it in. But you can mess around with this a little bit. You could pose the figure kind of like this, just to make sure it doesn't fall over. This head is pretty weighty. That's not really appropriate the way I've got her standing, but you can see a little bit of how that might work to arrange this figure stand that way. Let's take the figure stand apart. So how do you swap out the hands? It's pretty easy. Like I showed you, they just come right off. It's just a little peg. Probably should have done it this way. We'll put the hand cannon hand on her right hand, and there, she's now ready for battle. Check out that. Do you really want to mess with this Cuddle Team Leader? Let's see here. If we'll take this hand. Oh, look at this. The hand does. Cool. Okay. I looked at it and I swear it didn't come out. So you can take the gun out. You can disregard what I said earlier. And in fact, this is the hand with the little hole. So we could take this hand off. We could pop this one on. Cool. I totally missed that somehow. And slide the hand cannon in the left hand now. Cool. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. We'll take this left hand or the right hand off, and we will do this one because this is the only hand that's got any kind of a grip. See what I mean? You mess around with it too much, pieces kind of just come off, but it's not really meant to be handled the way I'm handling it. So please disregard all of that. Anyway, now the figure is holding an umbrella. There you go. Check out that pose. So you can get the figure to stand. It's a balancing act, but you can get the figure to stand without the figure stand. Do you hear that clunk? It's a heavy figure. So just like that, and it could be I have a bit of an uneven, rough surface here, so I'm scooting a couple things over here. But it's a very cool looking figure with all these little hands and everything. And take this out of the hand and put this in the hand, hook the arm back on, and let's take this hand off and we'll put this hand on. It's He could almost do a hi, like a wave. She's waving to you. See? Look at that. I like this. I really like this little thing, this little action figure. It's definitely not something you're going to take and play and pose and rearrange. You're going to choose a pose you like. You're going to put it on your shelf, and then sometime later you're going to rearrange it a little bit. What I'm really, really curious and interested about is there's more figures, and I'm going to be getting all these figures. I think these are pretty neat, is the ability to rearrange pieces, like take maybe the legs off and swap the legs, maybe swap out hands. What kind of figures, what kind of new Fortnite related type amalgamations could you come up with? I really do think this is a pretty cool figure. I'm enjoying this thing. I like this one. I'm not one for statues, not really, but a statue that you could, I think this could be classified as a small statue. You just pose it the way you want, and then you leave it up. I think this is pretty cool. I really like it. I'm glad that I went ahead and purchased it. But yeah, as I said, there's a lot of these pieces that are removable. We'll bring in this, do that, something like that, and then you can guarantee for sure that the figure will not fall over. Once she's on the stand, she's not falling over. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a really, really cool looking figure. I'm not sure what more I can share about this figure with you. Overall, I think this figure is really interesting and very neat. And like I said, I will be getting more of these in the future, and they will be on the channel in the future. Anyway, thank you for stopping by and watching. Now it's your turn. What do you think about this figure? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And again, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.